is making thumbnails actually saturated? Because I know I talk a lot about becoming a thumbnail designer and making a full-time income as a thumbnail designer, but is it actually saturated? Can you find work? Is there enough demand? So if you're new here, my name is Ardi. I am a thumbnail designer. I make a full-time income about $4,000 to $6,000 per month as a thumbnail designer, and I work part-time hours, about 4 hours per day. I've been doing that for a while. I've worked with more than 100 channels. I've made more than 11,000 thumbnails last time I counted. And this question, a lot of you will have, will want to know this, like, can you actually nowadays in 2024 make money as a thumbnail designer? So first, let's talk about some numbers. If you've seen my content before, you probably know that there are 3.6 million videos uploaded daily on YouTube. Okay, so there are 3.6 million videos uploaded every single day that ideally would need a thumbnail. Now, not all of those creators will be willing to pay for thumbnails, obviously. Okay, so but even if only 10% of them would be willing to pay, that's still 360,000 videos that need thumbnails. Now, another important number to keep in mind here is that there are also 2 million channels that have at least 10,000 subscribers. Okay, so these are channels that are already established and they will keep creating videos. Okay, now there are some people that stop, from time to time, and then they go back. So I've had clients who were creating content consistently, and then they stopped for 6 months or for a year, and then they came back. So a YouTube channel is an asset that people don't usually leave it to go to waste. Okay, at some point, even if they stop for some time, they will eventually come back and create content, or they might even sell the channel so somebody else will create content. So another important thing that I need to mention here is that a lot of my clients have less than 10,000 subscribers, okay? And almost all of them have less than 100,000 subscribers. So I work with relatively small channels, and there are a lot of channels that are being created, okay? Every single day there are thousands of new channels that are being created. The most important thing with this business is its recurring aspect, okay? So you don't really need that many clients in order to make a full-time income. You don't need, let's say, 100 clients, or you don't need to keep chasing clients. So once you establish a relationship with a few clients, you're going to keep having consistent work because they need your help consistently. I have a client, for example, that posts about 10 videos every single week because he runs 3 different channels. Okay, I have clients that I've been worked with since the beginning, like for more than 3 years now. Okay, and I've designed hundreds of thumbnails for them. So I have one client, for example, that posts consistently 3 to 4 videos per week, and I've been working with him for around 3 years now. So just for that client, I've made about 500 thumbnails for him. Okay, so the point is that I'm trying to make here is that you don't need to consistently keep searching for clients. So even if the demand, let's say, is not that crazy, which it is in this market, once you establish a relationship, you're going to keep having consistent work. And another important aspect that happened recently is that YouTube launched the ability to test multiple thumbnails. And I've had, now let me preface this by saying this. Once I started creating content here and on Instagram, this channel is fairly new, but once I started creating content on Instagram about the thumbnail business, and I spent a lot of time creating the Thumbnail Designer Academy, which you can find down below if you're more serious about becoming a thumbnail designer and making money. I did spend less time serving my clients. So there are some clients that left, okay, because I wasn't delivering work on time, and I wasn't being as focused on the business as I was before, because I was focusing on this venture, okay, teaching other people how to do what I do, because I'm comfortable with what I make in this business, okay. I'm comfortable with $4,000 to $6,000 per month that I still make, and I'm going to say why I still make, even though some clients left. So the reason that I still make that is because some of my clients actually started testing multiple thumbnails. So the work that I did for them tripled overnight. Okay, so I had one client, she's a female, and she was making tech videos. And, you know, she didn't even know that you could test multiple thumbnails. And once I said that, she said, yeah, I'm very interested in that. I want to test multiple thumbnails. And she was sending me about 2 requests per week, so 2 thumbnails per week. And that 2 thumbnails became 6 thumbnails overnight. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. That's something that recently happened, and you can sell to one client multiple thumbnail versions, so you can make a lot of money from just one client, and that just happened. And that's why I think that this is still an amazing business, especially for beginner graphic designers that will not be able to make this kind of money with any other kind of graphic design service. So is there competition in this business? Yes, there is. Okay, if you go on Fiverr, and you type thumbnails, you're going to find about 23 or 25,000 gigs on there. Okay, so there are a lot of people doing this, but they don't go the extra mile. They don't look like experts. They don't know how to make effective thumbnails. And you know, they're competing basically on price, so they don't compete on value, and they compete on price. And most of those people are people from because most designers see this, like most designers in the US or in UK or whatever, don't see this as a viable way to make a decent amount of money. They think that this is like a joke or whatever, and most gigs out there are from people in lower income countries, and unfortunately in most cases those people they don't speak English properly, they don't communicate their skills with clients properly, they don't communicate with clients properly, they don't know how to look like experts, so they end up not getting any work. Okay, even though there are 23,000 gigs on Fiverr, very few people actually get consistent work on Fiverr, and there are some people that make a lot of money, but it's a tiny percentage, like less than 1% of the freelancers on Fiverr who sell thumbnail services make a decent amount of money, and very few make as much money as I make, simply because I chose to run this business differently. Okay, I reach out to clients directly. I don't wait for them, and I create a relationship, and I don't wait for them to come to me and offer me work. So I offer my services first, and that's the main difference. Obviously I have a very specific way to do that, and that's outlined in the Thumbnail Designer Academy, but that's the main differentiating point, and the main difference that I have with all these people, and that you can have with all these people if you want to make this, to turn this into a full-time income, or if you want to make like an extra $1,000 per month. Okay, so you can cover some of your expenses. So as I said, I don't think this market is oversaturated. I've been doing this for a while. I have, you know, as I said, I make $4,000 to $6,000 per month, and the last time I looked for a new client was a year ago. And even though some clients left, okay, I have 70% of the clients that I had a year ago, because many of them left. They either looked for cheaper alternatives or they looked for better, more attentive designers, because as I said, I've been focusing on the Thumbnail Designer Academy a lot, and I haven't been putting a lot of time into my own thumbnail business. I've been serving the clients who have a lot of volume. I've been serving them properly, so I can make sure that I won't lose those clients, but I haven't been as good to the clients that are posting maybe a couple of times a month or whatever. So the market is not saturated. That's the answer. If you run this business properly, and if you want a step-by-step process, a step-by-step program to teach you how to do everything, you can find a link to the Thumbnail Designer Academy below. There are already more than 100 students in there. What else? The Academy teaches you anything from how to make effective thumbnails. So not stunning thumbnails like Mr. Beast or whatever. We want thumbnails that are simple but effective, so you don't spend a lot of time on them. You don't have to spend a lot of time on them. And it also teaches you everything that I have done and everything I do to get as many clients as I want. So that's it for this video. I'll see you on the next one.